First run. What am I doing? Okay. Beginner, of course. Buddy.
This one we like. What happened?
So the initial plan is dual wield running heavy attack spam. Use a combination of vitality spheres for stamina and weapon buffs for damage. We're on beginner mode, so bosses will die very quickly. I'll probably be skipping all armor for now, just to see how that is, and leveling up just damage, with the expectation that I don't really get hit by any of the enemies or bosses. I'll be grabbing the fire, the condensed fire consumable, because that is good in general and is good for the spider boss specifically. I'll also probably buy some of the water, the condensed water as well, so that's good against fiber.
I need to find a way out of here. Where is he?
I will be grabbing some of the lore pieces. Probably the first 2 missions worth, just to get an extra little bit of damage. Hey, what's up, Soul? Thank you, man. Oh. This will be my first attempt. I'm looking forward to see how well I can do. Hope your runs went well, man. I think I'll also be skipping all of the red crystals. Because the healing and the lacrim again is probably not worth it. And I also think the spirit that you get from it's not worth it either. Yeah, that's the same with me. Only real-time submissions for me too.
It will give us strength.
Okay, so this is something that I'll probably end up skipping, but that's 2 concentrated fire essences right there, which I might use one for the first boss. Is there anything here I need? Just the lore. I do have live split on the PC, but I'm playing on PlayStation. I don't have a capture card to add the live split. Vitality spheres here is a must, of course. Other than this, is there anything else I need to watch out for this mission? Just the other lore piece before the boss, right? Actually, there's 2 more lore pieces. Oh, there's also a fire buff I need to pick up on the way down here past the monkeys. Actually, these monkeys are kind of annoying, aren't they? Although if you're going fast, they're probably fine. Dodge him. This is a heal, right? Yeah, that's a heal. Could be useful. On fire. Actually, that's 2 fire. That's pretty good. And that's more heal. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's worth grabbing some things, but only things that will actually significantly help. So things like vitality spheres and weapon buffs and lore, some of the lore notes. How am I already half health? What happened? So we have this lore note here, of course. and the one just before the boss. And just before the boss, I'll equip stuff. I have vitality spheres and fire buff to equip. So this, actually this too. I've messed this up somehow. That is fine. Vitality, fire, and we go. And I'll be ready with the concentrated. Couple heavies here. And the boss is dead already. Easy, equip stuff that drops. Easy peasy. Gotta go. Oh, no worries, man. Thanks for dropping by and thanks for the good luck. Yeah, it should be fun to see how well everyone does. Now, this next boss is probably the one that's the most, like, worrying for me. I'm not great against Blade Phantom. We'll see how it goes. Try it. I'm trying to think of where the best places are to level up. I might be like skipping level ups until after Viper, maybe. Do a level up there. Do I need to grab more fire bombs? No. I think we're fine. I have javelins, which is going to be very important in the run, I imagine. Past the dogs. Past the piggy. To the right. I think there's a fire buff that way, but I don't think it's worth the detour to grab that. I think that'll take too long. Alright, the first trial greatsword, I'm just going to use the greatsword. It's more than good enough to kill the enemies. Standard heavy attack kills the plebs. And then for the bigger boy, he needs a heavy attack, charged heavy attack. Getting them as they spawn is quite nice. But I can also javelin. I forgot you can also javelin here. Could be more useful than using the greatsword. When you're done, you want to run towards this thing to the left. Past the tutorial message. Now, what I would say is very important is you want to kill the bear coming up. Because if you kill it without using a heal, later on you'll get 5 fire buffs, which is huge. I messed up actually, I need to have equipped this and done some skill tree stuff. Whoops. Got there. Lots of running attack spam. He should be dead, easy peasy. In fact, I probably overkilled him a bit there. Get some hound stuff, definitely equip that at some point. Not too sure when. At some point before the boss. I will probably grab the Law Note here. It's a bit of a detour. But I think grabbing at least the first 2 missions is worth it. For the extra damage. Actually, maybe not, you know, that's kind of a long detour. But I feel like the run might be long enough where it's worth it. Of course, we've got these monkeys being annoying. Should be fine. Ow. Ow. Okay, that's... that's really annoying. Holy. Okay, 2 trials left. We have the spear trial, which I will just be using the dual swords for and spamming running attack. And then the dual sword trial, which I will also just be using the dual swords on. So as soon as this tutorial pops up, I will be equipping the dual wield. Doing some of this, trying to get them towards the edge. And maybe this, I mean that kills anyway, to be fair. The same guy spawns here, I believe. So you want to do a... Okay, I mistimed that, but you want to try and knock him off the edge immediately, which is... Yep, perfect. More tutorials pop up here, which kind of annoying to get through, but it's fine. It is crazy how little stamina you use when sprinting on beginner compared to the other difficulties. Like stamina use is so low, and then you combine that with using vitality spheres, and you just have infinite stamina. It is crazy. Oh, wrong way. So here you want to kill this archer because he will shoot you off the ladder. You don't want to have to deal with that. So you kill him, grab the ladder, up the ladder. At some point I need to figure out where I'm going to equip my gear. It might just be right before the boss. I don't really think there's a good time to do it. Why do I feel like I'm going the wrong way? I'm just going a different way. There's actually a fire buff here. 2 fire buffs. That might be good. Usually I kill the archer at the top. I've just gone a different way this time. Not too sure why I did that, but maybe it's fine. The fire buffs actually might come in really handy. Okay, this is why I kill the archer. So that's a bunch of fire buffs. So I can probably use them very sparingly. So I can use 2 here against Blade Phantom. 1 for each phase. Then I can stock up on vitality spheres when I get back to the hub after this mission. But here's the dual sword challenge, which should be very fast. Okay, if he blocks the attacks, he just loses stamina so fast. Okay, he should be dead. Easy. Ah, here's when I equip. That's right.
My friend, I will avenge you.
Hound stuff's probably better. Is Hound stuff better? I need to check. Hound stuff is potentially better than the Frozen Mountain stuff because it gives a bit more damage. So prioritize Hound. So I grabbed the Law Note before that challenge, and this is the last Law Note. And then we have the boss coming up here. So I only have 1 of the concentrated fire essences, but I do have 4 fire enhancers. So we'll pop the vitality, fire enhancer, and go. We have 3 regular heals, but also 2 of the consumable heals. So you can just be really aggressive here. Spam the running attack. Prioritize the back. If I run out of stamina, you can spam javelins because they don't cost stamina. So he's already nearly dead, very nice. That was a weird combination of attacks, but I actually don't mind it. Okay. He is dead. Cool. Alright. 2 chapters done out of, what, 7 or 6? Whatever it is. I think it's 7. Okay, to the hub. That was, what, 15 minutes real life time for the first 2 missions. Maybe a little slow. So here I want to, obviously we're not, okay, that's dialogue I can probably skip. Okay, we actually don't get the merchant just yet. This was a mistake. I should have hit the save point first. Because I want to use my memories. And doing it here wastes time because I need to like activate the checkpoint. That takes a while. So memories, past the tutorial, and just like damage increase probably. In fact, can I do another one? No. Okay, that's fine. Waste a little bit of time there, but that's okay.
We feel it. Energy from another world.
This is the wrong way, isn't it? This way. So this is the Viper mission. Am I getting the lore notes in this mission? Actually, I think I am, because they're quite close by. So first 3 missions, I'm picking up the lore notes. Which is very similar to the regular any % speedrun, honestly. But I'm skipping everything else. So here's the first one. For Viper, I'll be using the condensed waters, and the water weapon buff. She's very weak to that. So there's some over here to the left when we go up the stairs. Grab those 2 water enhancers. I'm debating whether to speak to the merchant, and I think I will. But this is probably something that can be cut from the route, because it's a bit of a detour. The merchant does sell nice stuff, and I can get an extra heal. But this is honestly probably something that can be skipped. Probably get like 5 of those. Oh, I actually have no money. That sucks. Okay. That was fine. That can definitely be skipped. But it's nice to have on a first run. So that's an extra heal. That's some condensed waters and some vitality spheres. And I'll probably buy some more vitality spheres from the hub merchant as well. So here's a lore note here. We activate this. And there's some more helpful consumables on this elevator. So we activate the elevator, run out, and then on the top there are some more water buffs. Well, 1. So these are useful for Viper and for Rankus, who are both weak to it. While I'm here, I should probably upgrade. I like Gale, and I like better blocking. And equipping the water stuff. It's a good place to do that. It's a very long elevator. Maybe there was some gear equips I could have done there as well, but there are other opportunities for that later.
Unpleasant surprise.
So these enemies, I feel like you want to deal with these 2 first. This guy will also be dealt with efficiently like that. hit this one twice, and then hit the other one over there 3 times. But there are enemies here, so it's probably worth immediately dealing with the big boy. And then the archer can probably be ignored because the statue blocks his shots. And then just to the right there is another low note. So that's done. So while the staircase is being ready, grab the low note, drop down, and then up the ladder. Activate this mechanism. Skip the cutscene. There is a money pickup I could grab if I feel like I need the money for things like buying more vitality spheres, but it's probably not worth. I probably get enough money from killing the bosses that I can buy whatever stuff I need from the shops. So it's probably not worth. Just make a beeline for the next area. Now there's a mini boss coming up, and there is a way to avoid him completely, so you can deal with the statues in peace. I don't think there's any pickups here that's useful. So to skip this guy, you want to take the right path. Hug the outside, and then as you get closer, just walk. And then you should always avoid being detected. It means you don't have to fight him. So hit this 3 times. Right? Yeah. This one once, and then the other one twice. Which activates the bridge. You can grab that red rock over there if it's useful, but I don't think it's going to be useful for this challenge. I feel like a large part of like efficient time saver is going to come through good RNG with weapon drops, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is with a game like this. So we just make a beeline for the next mechanism. I will be using summons this run, because when they don't get bugged and stuck in the ground, they are actually helpful for aggroing the boss and allowing you to do charged attacks on their back. Does a crap ton of damage. There is a chest you can grab there, which isn't too out of the way. And you can get things like weapon buffs and new weapons and armor pieces from it. But it's obviously heavily RNG. You might get something that's not even useful. You might get something that's very useful. But I feel like with this route you'll have more than enough stuff to deal with all of the bosses. So here's a bit of a mini boss. He always dies very quickly for me. Wait for him to spawn in, charge heavy, run behind, charge heavy, and then he's dead. Run central, and then we can deal with gear stuff. Slightly better. So for such a short run, I'll probably prioritize the potent blow stuff, Gale, and just the guard buff stuff over here, as well as better dodges. From common, I'm not too sure from common yet. Something that gives me more spirit. I definitely want enhanced counterattacks and enhanced javelins. So they're non-negotiable, really. So here's the boss. We summon the guy. Now this boss doesn't spawn directly after this door. It's a little bit further on, so we open the door first. And then as we approach the boss, Vitality Sphere plus water buff. And I only had enough money for 2 of the condensed waters. So that's probably something I can improve on for next run. But I will be using the condensed waters on each phase transition. So I just parry the first couple of attacks and then go the other side of the guy, and hopefully the summon tanks over there. So I can get back attacks. And I want to do brutal attacks on his back, really. Condensed. And then he'll probably do the transition attack here. Or he just doesn't get a chance to. So he's dead. And now we have phase 2. Essentially same idea. Probably parry the first attack. Get behind, charge attacks. Couple parries. Okay, I've messed this up a little bit, but it's not too bad. Condensed water now as he's going into the transition. Probably dies here. Easy peasy. That's how it should look pretty much every time. Very nice. Boss just kind of melts.
That annoying scholar Defrona was right.
Move to the crevice is forced here. And talking to the merchant's forced as well. Which is nice because we want to speak to him to buy more vitality spheres anyway. Enough for the rest of the run. And maybe buy a weapon. We'll see what he has. So merchant is here. Hello.
Yes, if you need.
Buy maybe like, I don't know. How much money do I have? Not much actually. Well, what weapons does he have? That's very expensive. Okay, we just buy vitality spheres and possibly upgrade via memories now. How many do I have? A bunch. Okay. And then level up willpower only. Maybe not only, maybe some endurance too. In fact, that might be all the level ups I do. So now that that's done, we now fight Spuda Boss. No, we don't. We fight the Goat Boss. This has already been half an hour. Jesus. Okay, I will not be grabbing lore notes anymore. So it's just a beeline for the boss every time from now on. Next boss is weak to ice as well. So I have 2 buffs for that. The problem is there's another boss that's weak to ice later. So now I need to think about how to use these ice buffs. Do I want to use 2 here for speed, or do I want to save some for the later boss? Probably want to save 1 or 2. Yeah, I probably want to save 1. Because I don't think I get any more. I could be wrong. You get plenty of fire.
Dragonkin survivors from the
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. You get plenty of fire, but water is quite limited. Okay, here, actually, there's 2 vitality spheres here, isn't there? 3. Okay, maybe I don't need to hit that merchant at all. Maybe I don't need to speak to that merchant at all. Well, you need to speak to him to advance the story, but I don't think I need to actually buy spheres from him. It's worth remembering. I do need to keep an eye out for any decent dual wheel drops I find. There's a red rock over there which I won't be grabbing. There's also a spirit over there which I won't be grabbing. There's enemies here which I won't be dealing with. There's a weapon buff there, but that requires you to go like all the way around. Continuing on, we have... I don't think there's anything useful here. Up here, past the big boy. Bam, 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 bam. Past the dogs. There's a save point there if you want the checkpoint, but I'm just going to run all the way to the boss. I don't think I'll die on beginner. Past all these enemies. That was a low note there, but I will be skipping that and just skipping all of this. Now there's a mini boss here that actually dies to this rock if you stand in the right spot. So if you stand here, wait for all these to die. The mini boss is dead, and he... Do you get the loot from it, or you just get the XP? Just get the XP, okay. Ow. Which is nice, it's like decent free XP. But I honestly don't know if I'm going to be leveling up anymore. Maybe just before Malika. Alright, we got Mr. Goatman. So pop Vitality and Water buff, but also Summon. So I'll do that first. Summon, Vitality, Water buff, in. The summon's not doing much. And then when he runs away, throw javelins. I'm missing every one, but that's the idea. He will jump back down, either do a parry or a dodge. More charge attacks on the back if possible. Should be dead. Dual sword upgrade. Armor, which I didn't equip the right armor, unfortunately. That's fine. I'll probably be checking gear just before the next boss anyway. Speak to Elamin and then advance. So we've got 3 more bosses. Spider Boss, Rankus, and Maluka. So this area, I might be speaking to the Bard merchant to grab some fire bomb, the condensed fires. I think it's worth. There's also another heal you can grab here. I get it in regular speedruns because I feel like there's decent value in getting an extra heal when you're like doing the full run, but it might not be worth it for this challenge. In fact, I guarantee it's not worth it. So the extra heal's up there. Past all of this. And instead of going right here to the elevator, you just go up there. There's the big shiny up there. So that's an extra heal for the run. I can't imagine like you'd want any more than 5, but I think 4 is more than enough. Hit a left here. How many fire buffs do I have? I have 3 right now. I'm going to be picking up another one here. And then there's 5 more stored within Dafrona's Codex. So the game gives you a crazy number of fire enhancers early. There's a plague resistant elixir there, which will be nice for no one actually. None of the next 3 bosses inflict plague, so that's actually not helpful in the slightest. This is the wrong way, so don't go this way. That was a time loss. Oh well, unfortunate. I don't think I'll be grabbing the phantom buff, so we'll just ignore all that. That's probably not worth it for such a short run. Past all this. This roly spider can be a bit of a troll sometimes, but it's fine. The stench. So we skip all of this. There's another roly spider coming up, which is even more of an issue than the previous. But 2 dashes through him should be more than enough to get past him. That item there is poison resist gear, which might be worth at some point. This is lightning buff, which actually probably will never be useful for this run, but it's worth noting it anyway just in case. I don't think I'll ever use that. What I am on the lookout for is Poison Cleanse. Can't remember if this blue thing is Poison Cleanse. Oh, it is. Okay, sick. That's all you'll ever need for this run. So we run under here to the Bard. Where's the Bard? Bard is up here and... Hello, Mr. Bard. I would like your finest fire bombs, thank you. So you just want to spend all of your money on these concentrated fire essences. I only had enough for 4. That's fine. Honestly, I spent too much on the vitality spheres earlier. But I don't think it matters. So here is the boss. I'm actually not going to check my gear, I don't need to, but I will equip... Actually, that's not true.
The stench of those otherworldly beings. It's coming from there.
Summon, I will double check skill tree. I guess I just want better stamina stuff. While I'm here, I can double check gear real quick. Everything seems fine. Pop that on, whatever. And what's the thing I wanted here? Poison, anti-poison stuff, that's fine. That was honestly more menuing than I wanted to do, but that's fine for the first run. Alright, Spooder Boss. Hyper aggression and fire bombs is the name of the game here. I don't think you really want to see that, but it's whatever. To avoid all this, you just run in a straight line across the arena. You'll respawn. Probably want to hit him with a fireball straight away because he's going to be staggered. Oh, he didn't get staggered. Okay, from here you want to gale his behind. Brutal attack behind, another firebomb, and then... I didn't mean to do another gale, whatever. But he's gonna die pretty soon. Good enough. Alright, 2 more bosses. So for the next boss, Rankus, I have noticed that there is a glitch that another runner has used, which skips the drop down to him. There's a big drop that you got to do before the elevator that leads to the boss, and there's a way to do that drop down a lot faster by using a glitch that seems to like nullify fall damage. So I might need to learn how to do that at some point. But for now, the next boss is weak to ice, so I'll be using ice, the ice buff. On this, I do want to get better javelins. I can't get better javelins, that is fine. More spirit, I don't know. So I don't think I'm going to do any more level ups. Just the one level up to get a bunch of willpower and some endurance. And I think that's more than enough for this run.
That means someone strong was behind this.
Things to note, I probably don't need the poison cleanse item. And I don't need to buy vitality spheres from the merchant. Everything here is just for me to run through. There's a ladder here that's a bit awkward, but I believe if you do that, bait the dogs over and then get up the ladder, that should be fine. Yeah, good enough. There's a fire buff here, which I'll probably not need. Oh no, it's a water buff. Yeah, definitely get that water buff, that's useful. Actually, maybe not. The next boss might die before even giving me a chance to use the second one. Never mind, that water enhancer is probably not worth. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I could use the other water enhancer on the second phase of Viper. This ladder can be a bit awkward, but what I do is just throw down a fireball here. That will like kill everything trying to aggro you. And then we're up. Not picking anything up. No need. Just run between those guys. Next section's a little bit awkward. We got to grab a key from a chest that's guarded by an elite and 2 dogs. Ideally, what you want to happen is for him to hit you, or one of the dogs to hit you as you're opening the chest. So it bypasses the animation, then you still get the key. So that was honestly about as perfect as that could go. So I should have the key right now. Never mind, I didn't get the key. Balls. That was close to being perfect. Okay, that should be it though. I saw... yeah, there we go. I did the actual chest opening animation. A couple more vitality spheres to the left here that I can grab, but honestly I have more than enough for the next couple bosses. Left and then 3 rights, or is it 2 rights? 3 rights. Past this dog and through this door. There's an earth buff coming up down here, but I don't think it's worth grabbing. I found that earth is useful against bosses like Reese, but that's it. So it's just forward and then to the left, I believe. You can just ignore this invis guy. So here's the section where it's possible to use a glitch to get through it easily. Am I going the right way here? Yeah. All this drop down here, you can like bypass all the fall damage. I don't really know how to do it yet, so I'll just go the slow way. I'm a little bit conscious of my low healing amount, but I don't think I'm going to be hitting the checkpoint. I think I'll use 1 soul tier dust to top myself up on the elevator, and that's it. From Dafrona's Codex, I can get the fire buffs if I want. Any weapon upgrades? Nope. Yep, so next boss is literally just summon Vitality Sphere and then Water Enhancer, and he should just die very quickly. I could level up. Maybe I should right now. But I'm not gonna. So if I do this right, Rankers should get maybe 1 attack off the entire fight, and that's it. And it's this one right here. Okay, you got more than 1. So hit him with a gale from the back. Whatever, that's fine. And then just a bunch of these, and he should die. Alright, I got a new dual sword. Alright, on to the last mission. And then next region, and then we're done. I'm debating whether I want to level up before the boss. And it's probably not worth the time investment, I'll be honest. Probably not worth. So this level has an awkward elevator before the final boss section with a lot of spiders, and if you're in combat when you try and get on the elevator, then the elevator doesn't work. So if you're aggroed by the spiders, you're going to lose a lot of time. Because you need to get rid of the spiders first so you can actually activate the elevator. But I think with correct movement you can avoid them pretty well. So I'll try that this run. Yeah, so in terms of buffs here, I have 9 Vitality Spheres, which is 8 more than I need. And 8 Fire Enhancers, which is like 6 more than I need. So you get more than enough consumables, like way more than enough. So this guy is guarding the ladder, so you want to bait him out to around halfway over this bridge, avoid his first attack, and then get on the ladder, and then he shouldn't be a problem. So we are going up here. And the next elevator is the problem one. So here I like to tag this guy just once. Maybe wait for his attack before I start climbing the ladder. And that should be more than enough to get through safely. So it's not this elevator, it's the next one, which is probably the scariest part of the run in my opinion. Here we can activate some skills. Actually I can't, apparently. I don't even get upgraded javelin, that's crazy. It's just so... The run's just so short. You don't get upgraded javelin, that's fine. Don't need anything here, just need to not get hit. I might get hit here actually. Okay, I'm gonna try and do what I saw someone else do and just kind of YOLO this, see what happens. Past all this, past all these guys. Don't stop for no one. Hit this, and then just hope that... Okay, this spider's joined. Hello, spider. This spider's joined. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what you don't want to have happen. That might be enough. Okay, that was fine. That was fine. Say hello to Element. Hello, Element. And now at this point I could choose to level up, but I don't think it's worth it. I'll probably have about 6 or 7 levels like ready to go. But I'll be honest, I don't think it's worth it. I probably want to javelin this guy just the once. Maybe the twice, okay. Yeah, that's not efficient. You get so many fire buffs for this run, it's crazy. I have such an insane surplus of fire buffs. I am out of the condensed fires though, and condensed fires are... I could have used one in the section beforehand with that archer that shot me off the ladder. I usually use a condensed fire to deal with that guy before climbing the ladder. I'll just ignore that fire buff, but that's a fire buff there. But I have more than enough. So this is the final rolling ball. So you want to stop here, good chance to heal if need be. And then as you're running up here, you can actually hug this wall to avoid the second one. And then essentially it's just a straight run to the boss. I'm considering, do I want to use the summon against Maluka? And I think not. I don't think it's actually useful. Maybe it is useful. I don't know. I will. I'll use the summon. Come on. Summon and then just vitality and fire. And then just a lot of these charge attacks. Try and get a Gale in if possible. He might do a red attack at some point, in which case just spam counterattack. So here I definitely want to get behind. So he should be burning for second phase. And I want to get in here and do a little bit of damage before he jumps. That was crazy good. He'll probably do the... Yeah, he's doing this fast attack here, which is fine. If you know how to parry it. So he's probably going to die soon. It's a shame the fire buff ran out. The final part of this fight's going to be a bit slower. Might have to parry some stuff here. And he should be dead. And that is the run. And that should be sub-hour. I don't really know how the timing works. I'm assuming it's after the boss dies. But I'm going to go back to Crevice and quit out just to see what the in-game time is. But I have learned a lot from that. I have learned that you don't need a whole lot to do this quickly. That was 59 minutes real time. I don't know what the load removed time is, but that was about 59 minutes